I'm on the radio,
Okay.
and she would start singing, "I'm coming out. I want the world to know that my love's a hoe. I come," and then
Is that the lyric? My love's a hoe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts out being that I want the world to know that I'm just a hoe.
A hoe.
But then they're like, you probably shouldn't say that because it doesn't. I mean, you're Diana Ross, so don't. And because she had to do what the producers told her, and so she's like, okay. But yeah, so she was like, I'm going to sing a song about, but she's not gay.
Okay.
So why is she singing about I'm coming out if she's not? So is she mocking gay people? Why does Diana Ross hate gay people?
Wow.
I think that
did I do a deep dive on that?
Is Exhibit A right there. I mean, Diana Ross, those are the gays.
I think we have breaking news. Are you gonna?
I think you're right that we do just. Breaking news. Breaking news. Space Ghost. I love it when I sound like I'm in space. Ghost.
Have you ever been to space?
Yeah, I'm in space right now.
Yeah.
Which is why I was so upset that we weren't doing, because I rented this cubicle on board the space station shuttle ISIS. And when you do that, because I mean, Katy Perry could go, and I went too, and we're doing that. Look, I'm anti-gravity.
Your gravity?
I'm floating.
Oh, crap! Can you stay up there longer than 4 minutes, though? Because the show's going to be a little longer than that.
What?
That is freaking awesome. Now, if something floats by, I'll be sold. Waiting. Wait. Oh my God. Look at this, y'all. Hello, everyone. It's 3:00 Eastern. I guess we should start now.
Whoa.
Brad doing the show. Dude, you got to do that for 2 hours. I hope you know this.
My thighs are going to be killing me. That's what Diana Ross said.
Okay,
Dream big, then settle.
Do me a favor, Mr. Brad Staggs.
Not another one.
Can you tell me if people chat? Because I'm trying to, I think I have figured out a way to monitor the chat today. Maybe. But first I need you to tell me if anyone has chatted yet.
Let's see.
Please
hold on a minute.
Because I don't see anything.
I'm looking at the White House 46 archived because they were doing the Trans Day of Visibility at this time last year. And
okay.
Okay, where are you? You're here. Uh-huh. That's where you are. And then
I see a MAGA Salty Sue says, "Hey guys."
Mega Malta. What?
It says 10:43 p.m. next to Salty Sue's comment. What happened? What? Why does my?
No, it does not.
It does on my computer.
It does. It's where are you even seeing the top? Where are you?
Well, okay, so I'm monitoring it through another computer that I set up behind the streaming computer. But if I look at the streaming computer, it says 10:43 p.m. But I think that's because I started this.
You're on Swahili time.
I'm on Swahili time. Okay. Did you get your... Oh, first of all, I should probably say hello to everyone more formally than that. There's Brad Staggs from the dailymojo.com.
In space.
How can they hear your show? Like where do they go? Do they go to the dailymojo.com?
I'm amazed that this is not in anti-gravity, that this is not floating out of its glass. That would be really messy. They can go to the dailymojo.com.
It's probably a good place, huh?
It's a good place because that's where the show, and they can watch on Rumble and on Kick. Are you doing Kick yet?
You ask me that every week.
I did, because I'm going to keep asking you until you do it and I get the commission. Are you doing Kick yet?
You know what you could do is you could
tell you what you could do.
You could stream. You could stream this for me on Kick. Go ahead, fire away. Go do it.
I could have done that. I could have done that.
I mean, we'll wait. It can't be that big of a thing.
We could wait for Ron to do it, but then we'd be waiting for days.
So, shout out to and she just
Pat goes Mexican Spy.
Yeah, that's Gabby. That's who created and runs the At the Mike Show Instagram page.
That's the Gabster?
That is, so it's Instagram.com. At the Mike Show. It's At the Mike Show. But if you go to YouTube, it's just at the mic.
Mr. McCoffee, is that astronaut Brad Staggs? Yes. And I'm very upset because I rented the entire room on the space shuttle station.
And you're just by yourself.
And I'm by myself now. And on occasion, it does get wasted. Because the only reason they went weightless in the rocket that looked like a penis was because they did the parabola thing, just like the Vomit Comet.
Yeah,
and they would
straight up and down.
And so at the top you're weightless, which is kind of like what this does, because this space station, it's because it's old, it kind of sinks every now and then. So you feel the jet boosters and it kicks up, and then when the boosters kick off, then you kind of go weightless for just a little bit, and that's what happens. So that's when I go weightless. And then my thighs have to rest.
I see.
Because having old thighs ain't fun. They should tell you that when you're young, that one day your thighs will be old. Because then you do different stuff. I'm
just kind of shocked by the breaking news. You suggested that Blue Origin looks like a penis. How are you getting that?
With shrunken testicles. Look at the shrunken testicles. That's it, because that's what somebody said the other day. If it would, no, it doesn't, because it does. There's no testicle. And look at the tiny little shrunken.
Okay, I didn't know you
brought it up.
I didn't know the analogy was going to go that deep.
You got it up there.
Wow. So that's
It's not that hard to see it.
That's a steroid user. Right. Look, there.
It's giving what's the other company? Oh yeah.
Hold on.
SpaceX is giving them stiff competition.
So are you on the tip of it right now, floating in space?
Just barely the tip.
Moving on.
What?
There's been some conspiracy theories about that.
That is so weird.
Blue Origin. In fact, hang on. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've ever said this. Have I ever said this? You know, Wes puts the show everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Rumble. He cleans up. I mean, he does so much. He does all of these cool, unique looking thumbnails too. Like turning us into Scooby-Doo and
how does he do that? Because I want to do that.
Bro, I don't know. You need to talk to Wes because it's awesome. And I appreciate it a lot. And so I'm sure he can do a tutorial for us sometime. But hang on. Let me just put.
I can't see that. That's right. You can't see when I do that. Damn it.
What happened? And so what I'm doing today with the chat guys, try it because I'm monitoring over here where it cut out some. We're going to see if it was a one-off last week, but I'm also monitoring through another computer.
Oh, that's right. You couldn't see people talking.
And you know what? People are welcome to ask questions and maybe do your own not so rapid fire questions. Not because I'm too lazy to do it myself, but because, you totally want to do it, right? What's just happened?
Oh, I'm nothing. I was
what was that noise?
What?
Are you killing Duck Kitty? What is going on?
Oh, damn it. He's supposed to be in here.
Yeah, he's part of the show.
He might. He could. He's supposed to. Whoa, hang on now.
Oh, nice.
First time in a studio? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So what's your point? I'm trying to figure out if I get the chat. How do I get live chat? Oh, there it is.
Look at that.
Okay, so I'm getting nothing on the chat. That's me. Okay, why was that such a weird? Is this supposed to look like a dummy hand or something?
Exactly. And they were like, hey, look, they never really went to space. Because look, there's a dummy. Now, I don't know if they dug through the ground and then came out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that?
So weird.
It is very weird.
I got nothing on my phone on the chat. There's nothing.
What? I'm logged in under another account and I can see. Okay, so we got to figure this out because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got all 5. I got 5 and 5. So if there's more than 5 comments in the chat, I'm not seeing them. I'm seeing Mega Maga Salty Sue. I'm seeing Toby McAvoy, Brad Staggs.
Toby says, so am I supposed to be commenting here or somewhere else? No.
This is good.
Any place to comment,
only
right?
Place to comment, yeah. And not on any other. This is the only place in town for the show.
I can't believe I forgot to tell you about the other thing. Do
you want me to, like, off the air, you want to say it?
No.
I can kill this stream and we'll just come back.
Nope, no. This was the girl with the bionic arms. Did you see her?
No, I didn't. Can you hang on to that?
Yep, I'm hanging on to it because it'll freak you out.
Oh, I love being freaked out.
I'm going to tell you, it'll be freaked. You will freak. Because when she does a party trick, this party trick that she does, it's...
Okay, wait.
It's...
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
You should be, because it'll freak you out.
It'll freak me out. Okay, so we got the plastic hand. So it turns out the community notes on Twitter said that, haha, not really. That's from 2017 after a test flight.
Of a dummy?
Of a dummy. And so people were saying that, haha, look, it's actually from Monday. And see, they weren't even in there. But I don't know how you explain them not being in there if they came out of the capsule. Another thing going around was this return from space. I should have had the color picture ready. See how it's all burnt up and stuff from re-entry? It's all scarred from, the burning and all this stuff. And they're saying this didn't go to space because it's all pristine. Well, now, come on. It qualified as going to space. You're not going to have burn marks from re-entry.
Right. Because it didn't like do the burn. It didn't get super duper hot in there.
Okay. So that's how I can explain away the picture of the re-entry capsule in the dummy hand. What I can explain is this video I want to play for you. And let's see here. I got to find out Jacob Israel. Hang on a second. Let me, got too many tabs open, just like my brain. And I want you to look at, where is it? Is that it? Yeah, here we go. I don't understand this video other than the only thing I can think of, and maybe somebody can help me, is that Bezos just wanted to look like he was important.
That's it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
The door open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Off it really her heart.
Okay, so the door's already open.
Yeah.
And then they closed it on the chick.
Yeah.
It
look, you know why? Because we're suspicious of everything.
You know what I think? Hold on. So I can explain the door opening and closing. I bet people are moving around in there and they're trying to scoop by. And plus, they're probably told disembark over here or whatever. I don't know. But what I can't understand is, look, I'm Jeff Bezos and I have a tool and I'm going to use it. What is he doing?
That's the PR firm saying, OK, here's what you're going to do. So he paid a PR firm probably a lot of money to set this thing up.
Right. Because look, that door is flat. You see that? There's nothing. What has he got to do?
Well, the handle is on the inside. There's a handle on the inside, just like the one that's in his hand. And you can see it in the other pictures of the interior of the capsule. And because you have to have it's like in a freezer. There has to be a handle inside.
Okay, hold on. It had probably 2 nodules, right? That he put in the holes. I mean, the entire operation is a phallic symbol.
It's just the head.
He took he actually was doing something. That's got 2 nodules that line up with those 2 circles.
It does, but he didn't have to. It's supposed to, because otherwise what's he doing there? Is he's being a Walmart greeter standing outside waiting for them to come out?
Because clearly they opened it up on their own already.
Yeah. And he's just for him to be up there and her to be able to say, oh, Mr. Bezos, come over here. I know you're paying me a lot of money to put this all together. And so, hey, this is where you stand. So make sure that we can see. And he actually is in good shape. I mean, I have to give him that.
I want to be rich like him so I can fall on my face and I can also act like I'm opening a door that I'm not.
I still haven't seen that.
And everybody laugh at me. And at the end of the day, I still am worth billions of dollars. And
I still haven't seen him trip and fall. I've not seen that video yet.
Oh, well, allow me to. Are you going to look for it right now?
No.
Oh, so you don't care? Wow. All right.
Well, I was just sending a note to some important people, but no, I'll look for it. Jeff Bezos falls. Bezos falls.
I didn't get a text from you, so
I wasn't writing you a note.
Well, you said it was important people.
I did. You're right. I misspoke.
Hold on. I got the video. Here we go. Stand by. It's just.
Oh crap! He did fall, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like he didn't break an ankle.
Right. That's a big ditch right there.
Oh.
But again, he can get up and go, check my network.
Oh.
He's lucky he didn't hit his head on the side of the deal because he starts to fall toward it.
What?
No.
It would have been horrible if he hit his head, cracked it open, and bled out right there on the spot. And it would be he'd be a Friday leftover.
That's a lot going on. So hang on a second. Hang on. who gets his money if he dies? He's not married yet.
Yeah. Well, so she still gets it.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah. She's, again, what does she do with her little finger? That is, because he's doing a lot of.
Well, hold on. I want to see how this is, y'all.
Just for her. I mean, they do all that. He does all that stuff just for her.
With her,
because she's got something that she's able to do that he's like, I will spend bazillions of dollars on you.
Okay.
And he does.
So
that's so weird.
13.
Now it's showing up in there.
You know what, guys? I'm just counting. It looks like I'm now getting all of the chats. It looks like last week was a one-off. But what is so weird is that, for example, hold on, let me check here. They're not in order. So on my admin side, they're coming in a different order than my viewer side. What the hell? Like the Toby comment, like this says, like, I feel exclusive. Oh, this feels so exclusive. It was way up there, right? And so on this, it's never mind. Hang on. Never mind.
Operator error.
Ignore me.
Okay.
It's a different Toby comment that I was following I was tracking the wrong Toby comment.
Okay, but here, this is the weird thing. I've got Jeffy Apologist on the phone.
Okay.
But he's not. She is not over in the on the computer screen.
Huh. No, that's Pat. That's Pat Gray Mexican Spy.
No. I'm looking at Jeffy Apologist. Jeffy Apologist is on.
Huh.
Wait a second. You're right. It is. It's saying, but okay. So how is that working? How are the one person over there and a different person over
on one? I think, and the handle on the other. What you drinking?
Say that again.
You're looking at the name, like the little name you can change on Twitter on one, and the @ sign, the handle on the other.
Okay, but it's coming up as a different. Yeah, but that's
holy crap, dude. She is a spy. It could just be that she's manipulating space and time, which we have to get into. Holy crap.
Yeah.
We have to talk about this. So, okay. There's a lot going on.
Really weird.
Let's get into space stuff. Before we do that.
Where I am. I got into space stuff before we started.
Did you buckle up? Like, what happened here? Like, you've stopped flow. You stopped
flow. Yes,
your drink.
I'm strapped down to the. You know what strap on is backwards?
No.
Look it up. What is strap on backwards?
No parts.
Isn't that weird? Tell me we're not in a simulation. Tell me we're not in a simulation. When you find things at sea, when you find things out like that, you it's crazy.
Somebody's Googling right now.
I'm late, so did I misprint it?
Don't click the images. Don't do that.
True.
Whoever's Googling strap on part.
Well, you can strap. I mean,
okay, we're done here.
Oh, that's snap on. Never mind. But it's still different, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Hang on.
Just saying.
Comments out of order. This could be fun from DeGare Bear. And then after that, I have 2 laughing emojis from Pat Gray Mexican Spy. Okay, that's in the admin. Now, when I look up here, comments out of order. This could be fun. Then it's Toby Hi Sue. Then it's the laugh emojis from Pat Gray Mexican Spy. Then Sue saying I'm late. Then I miss Brad identifying as a female fake astronaut. Sue no parts. But on the admin, I'm not seeing Sue at all.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I did earlier. I saw Sue's stuff, but now I'm not seeing it down here.
You saw Sue's stuff?
Oh, wait. God help us.
What?
Hey, you know what? No, I see her 2 comments that I just read, but they're way up on the admin. This is chaos. Okay.
It is nuts. Okay. I'm telling you.
Or it's not.
It's nuts.
You spell strap on.
Right. Unless you don't have the parts, in which case it's not so nuts. It's just crazy.
So, some college kid at Caltech just used AI. I don't know how to properly use AI to do much. I mean, it helped me with if you missed it yesterday, I did a conversation with Steve Dace, afternoon host over at The Blaze. And
And movie producer.
And book author.
That was a really good movie, too.
Yes, it was. And so he joined me for the Thursday deep dive on the resurrection of Christ. And he went through the evidence. And I asked Grok. I mean, he and I did zero prep for this, which is ironic because it's the longest standing, booking that I've had, because it was like 8 months out.
It sounds like the Daily Mojo.
You're right. And so we sit down and we're like, all right, here we go. And it's like, we just winged it. And then I typed into Grok. I was like, hey, what are some things that skeptics about the resurrection say? And Grok listed about a dozen or so, and he went through them all, and it was awesome. But the point I was making is this kid used AI. That's the other thing. The Doge team used AI to find where money was being wasted and looking through the system and stuff. And it's just like, I don't even know how to start on that. This kid discovered that there were 1.5 million previously unknown objects in space. And it's like, I feel
like we already knew that.
Well, AI found out too then. I don't know.
Didn't we know that? I mean,
I didn't know that.
Didn't we know that there were a bunch of space? I mean, we knew there was space trash flying around out there because they always talk about having to miss the bolts and stuff. Because a bolt in space is like a bullet.
Yeah,
Because it's going, 25,000 miles an hour? And if you're going against the grain, I mean, I guess it's great if you're going 25,000 miles an hour with the, if you're flying with the spinning of the atmosphere. But if you're going against the grain, you get hit by a bolt, it's going to leave a mark. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, but this was not just like trash and stuff. This was asteroids. This was distant cosmic objects.
Wait, a what? What's a distant cosmic object?
That's what the article says.
Floating around in space, or just like in our atmosphere, space?
Space.
Define the space.
The place where Katy Perry spent all of 4 minutes on Monday.
Okay.
So
see, I think you're jealous too. I think a lot of people are jealous that they're not an astronaut and Katy Perry is.
Oh, she's an astronaut. That's awesome. Does she fit the legal definition of an astronaut?
Yes.
Then I'm going to start saying, what? Lauren Sanchez, what is she? She changed her Wikipedia to say space tourist.
You can call yourself whatever you want, but technically they are astronauts. If they flew into space and they trained to be aboard a spacecraft, which the Shepard capsule is, they did, even if they trained for an hour, they're still an astronaut.
Do you see how this extra computer is blocking my sunlight? There we go.
That's why you're so pale.
That's why I'm so pale.
And it's, I mean, they're astronauts, but people do not want to admit that.
Hold on. I'll address that. The spy says that Dace's ability to answer Grok's skepticism was impressive. Yes, it was. And that's somewhere down the feed somewhere. It'll be pinned to the top there in the article sometime when I get around to it.
Dace is freakishly smart.
He is.
Smart.
Hold on a second. Now, if you were to pay, going back to the astronaut talk, if you were to pay, because you obviously did, thousands of dollars to float up there.
I did. Well, it's different price if you rent the International Space Orbiting Craft.
So if you go up in space, if you save up your money or whatever, and you buy a ticket to ride, and you do that, and you go up there, are you now an astronaut?
Yeah. I mean, if you have to train to be aboard that spacecraft, yes. The definition, the technical definition of an astronaut is someone who trains to be aboard a spacecraft.
Okay. Then you heard it here first or second.
Maybe people need to admit they're jealous that Katy Perry is an astronaut, and they're not. I'm not. Well, I wasn't until this afternoon. Now I am. I mean, in my fellow astronaut, Katy Perry, had the deepest respect for someone who has gone, and Lauren Sanchez. And
what are your?
Who's the other chick up there?
I don't know. I think one was trans, right? Am I wrong? I
don't think so.
No. Okay.
No, they were all factory originals.
Check that though.
I don't think they were.
Okay. Well, while you check that, are you a big fan of Merriam-Webster's dictionary? Is that something you kind of lean on for definitions and whatnot?
It depends on whether or not it suits my needs.
I give you two options. See if either of these suit your needs. A person whose profession is to travel beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Did that suit your needs, Brad Staggs? Okay. How about the second one? Okay, that was the main definition. Then underneath it says broadly, any person who travels
right
beyond
there, broadly. They all work.
Any person who travels beyond the Earth's atmosphere. All right, congratulations. You're a 4-minute astronaut. Is that okay? Okay, I'll give you astronaut if you give me the 4 minutes.
You know what I don't like? Let me tell you what I don't like. I don't like the new way that burned is being spelled.
What? B-U-R-N-E-T. So hold on. When is the proper time to use burned or burnt? Because hold on a second.
The same thing.
There's a barbecue restaurant that you and I ate at, and you go in for the burnt
ends.
Burnt with a T ends. Those are so good, by the way. Holy crap.
Oh, good grief.
Can we eat there again soon?
We can. There's a story at the New York Post why Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, and Blue Origin's all-female crew may not actually be astronauts. According to FAA rules, when does the FAA get to have a...
Time out. I can at least go with you there, that we shouldn't be writing articles about this. Stop it. This is a bar. You know what this is? This is a conversation at a bar with strangers. That's all this is. It shouldn't be a freaking New York Times story.
No, New York Post
story about the FAA is weighed in, or they didn't weigh in. They're just
the details probably officially recognized by the Federal Aviation Administration. They have nothing to do with space, do they?
I don't know. Hold on. Let's check definitions. These Federal Aviation Administration. I guess they do now.
Wait a minute. Do they have if it's all things flight related? Do they have any power or authority over birds? Can they tell birds what to do? Since none of the crew members actually played a direct role in piloting the flight.
Oh, this is getting personal now.
Wait a second. I mean, they did
changing definitions.
Is the door a piece of equipment on the flight? I would say it is. I would say the space capsule itself is a piece of equipment. Ergo, any piece of equipment attached to that piece of equipment is a piece of equipment. And somebody had to operate the door. So if it was just the one of the space babes who opened the door of the capsule, that makes them an operational part of the space capsule. Ergo, they're an astronaut. Maybe if you want to go down that road. So which one of them opened the door?
Bezos.
Whoa, hang on a second.
Jeff Bezos is an astronaut.
No, because he wasn't on it. Well, has he gone up in it yet, though?
No, I don't know.
He hasn't gone up in his own spaceship?
I know. I'd be the only one on there. Like, screw y'all. Y'all can wait down here.
Yeah.
I paid for this, baby.
The New Shepard rocket and space capsule were flying autonomously, taking direction from the ground crew. But still, that's not. Again, who's the official? You have to go by who are we using as the official definer of astronaut? And Bezos' space ride has gotten more press than the astronauts we basically left for dead a year. Yep. That is so true. We're obsessed with celebrity.
Now I'm pissed.
And for the record,
I didn't care until Gayle King was like, "I'm Alan Shepard, and that was a mission. And if it's not a mission to you, then you suck."
Wait, she said that? Because I didn't see that because I don't really pay much attention to what Gayle King said.
I mean, I summed it up nicely. I would say you don't even go look for it, Brad. I pretty much nailed it.
Okay, all right. I won't even bother to look it up.
Just take my word for it.
Alan Shepard. I'm Alan
She
Shepard.
didn't drop Alan Shepard's name though.
Who hasn't?
In the Gayle King the soundbite there.
I was going to use what she said about the thing, but I can't because then we'll get because we're Twitter. You can say faggotry on Twitter.
What has happened? What happened there?
Well, that's what she said. That's what Gayle King said.
Did she?
Yeah. in a segment on CBS this morning. And to be fair, she was quoting one of the chapters in the dude's book who was right. But yeah, and then the big headline was Gayle King uses gay homophobic slurs.
Okay. That's like,
I didn't even know what that word was. You can't
even discuss history in context anymore. I know. It's been like that for decades.
I know.
But like, I remember there was a mural at the University of Georgia. I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe. You can look this up. Because, I mean, why would I do work on my own show? Oh, shoot, man. You got to buckle down that latch. Grab the latch. Grab the latch, bro. There.
Okay, we're okay again.
We're okay. So, and I just remember it was the University of Georgia, and it was a mural about the campus's history, the good and the bad. And there was like a crowd, much think of the Little Rock 9, right? It's kind of like that, is my understanding. The mural, and one of the signs being held was "Inward, go home," right? Yep. And it was just showing. Look at how far we've come as a society, where you used to not be allowed on this campus, and now, people are probably graduating with honors here. Yep. And that became like this big the fact that you can't even have a discussion about history, it's just, anyway.
That's why we can't let them take words and weaponize them.
Yeah.
That's why you cannot give them.
That's kind of retarded when you do that.
It is so retarded that you can't let them do that, because otherwise they'll have you in jail for that.
Or is it gay? Is it gay?
It's gaily retarded. It's retardedly gay.
That is a tough get for me. Like, I don't know when.
That's some queer thinking right there.
Right? So I don't know when it's retarded or when it's gay. Like, I don't know which.
Right. Which standard, which lever do you pull to be gayer or targeter?
Uh-huh. Or, I mean, if something's queer, right?
I'm queer for candles.
So, like, if I did a Twitter poll.
And flashlights.
I would say, like, are these synonyms? Yes or no?
Right.
I need a handful of words here. I got gay, queer, retarded.
I can give you a handful of gay if you want it.
Oh, gosh.
What? You know what? You try to be helpful, and what happens? People will not. You have to learn how to be a gracious receiver.
I suspect that YouTube not going to be a fan of this show.
Are we on YouTube?
Well, we will be at 7:00 tonight, Central Time.
Oh, good luck with that.
This is going to get the channel a strike. This very show. You know what? I should have played music at the beginning. If it's going to get a strike on YouTube regardless, that's the thing. Are they going to give you 2 strikes? One for you play music and one of you use like really bad language? Like, but if it's on the same video, is that only 1 strike or 2 strikes?
Well, but if they already yank you,
excuse me,
not in a gay way, but in a retarded way, and you've already for playing the music, then you're already out before they get you for the queer stuff.
That is something.
So technically, you can't have been gotten that way.
Wait, get what now?
Exactly.
Gotten. Dude, do you make up words like all the time? Like,
you kidding?
I'll be sitting at for some reason, my brain cannot on the fly remember the word remote or remote control. So I will be guys, lovely audience, this happens.
And the ugly one too, don't forget them.
And you know who you are. Okay, so hold on. This is the truth. My brain, for some reason, in that word, remote control, more often than not, when I ask someone in the family to hand me the remote, I say whatever I want it to do. Don't ask. You want to talk about Boomerville? Hand me the volumer. Hand me the channel upper.
There is nothing wrong with that, and don't anybody tell you that there is.
Thank you for taking my disability and embracing it.
You should get money for it, actually.
Hand me the channel changer thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you can't. DeGare Bear's right. Remember, Brad, you cannot call people douchebags.
Why can't you call them?
You can't call. You'd have to ask Doc Thompson about that. And Mike. Mike, what was his name? HR dude.
Oh,
you can't call people douchebags.
Wait, that was a thing? He's no longer with us, by the way. Well, I mean,
neither one of them. But
Mike's with us on Earth, unlike you.
Are you sure?
He's just not.
You don't know that. But yeah, they had the whole big meeting. Don't you remember they had the whole big meeting? And
I didn't know that's what it was about.
Yeah,
I knew there was a big meeting.
And I believe the retort to that was you should check Pat and Stu's hallway for the douchebag of the month award or douchebag of the week, whatever. Yeah, the douche Hall of Fame because right.
I remember there was a meeting with HR. I didn't know what it was about.
Now, the jury was still out on whether or not you could call them a douche nozzle or a douche canoe.
Oh, douche canoe all day. In fact, nozzle is just fun, more fun to say.
It really is. I mean,
hey, Wes, if you're watching, maybe we don't put... You know what? It's almost like, look, now that the Band-Aid's ripped off, just let
it rip.
This one's not going on.
Just let it rip. You might as well. But, I mean, would you rather be the nozzle or the bag? Or the canoe?
Canoe all day, man. I got two more space stories. Can I?
Or would you rather be a douche canoe or a sex canoe?
I've never heard of a sex canoe.
Oh, you can get free free ponchos when you buy
okay, I'm moving on.
Don't you remember the sex? You never had the sex canoe? Oh, you've not lived. Anybody who's heard sex canoe, they know what I mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Staggs, always welcome on the program, and just love having him.
Never saw that movie, no interest. Which one?
Yeah, which one was that?
I don't know.
So let me hit this story. Are you excited about a story that the Webb? The James Webb. I just combined Webb and Hubble. The James Webb telescope picked up a couple of
That's if James Webb and Mr. Hubble had a baby.
Yeah. Oh,
You'd be a little Webble.
Uh-huh.
You're right. That stuff. I can't believe you can buy this over the counter and you can take it, and that honey is fabulous.
Oh, did you take some of that?
Aren't you?
No.
Up here in space, it works better.
Is that right? Okay.
Your honey floats in space.
Okay.
It does. It bright out of the container, just all over the place.
So, why don't you take the top off and let's see? Oh, gosh,
I'm not taking this off. You'll see the sixth nipple. No one wants to see the sixth nipple.
Are you excited about the life found 124 light years away on a planet that just turns out is just gas that usually signifies biomatter nearby, microorganisms, usually biosignatures of marine microorganisms. Woo!
I think the sixth nipple will tell you whether or not I'm excited.
Woo! There's gas out there. Cool. Stuff.
Yes.
One more story. You are excited about that?
Wouldn't anybody be about gas in space? Space gas. I am looking for a thing that's long so I can use it to move this. Hold on a second. Hold on. You go. Talk.
You're looking for a thing that's long, and you haven't found it yet. How old are you? Okay, so NASA has admitted that an over 300-foot wide hole in the surface of Mars could be a portal leading to an underground world of alien life. Now, I read that first sentence, and I thought, all right, when they put stuff in quotes, then obviously it's not going to be fun. You know, it's not going to be as exciting as it's. One
Did might put be hole in quotes or
no portal.
A portal.
The American Space Agency shared the shocking image of a massive opening in the Martian landscape on Sunday for its astronomy picture of the day. Can you Google Mars portal NASA and see what kind of picture comes?
Massive opening, and it came up with Gail King. What'd you say? Mars? Massive? Mars? Portal? Portal. Massive.
Yeah. Here's a quote from a NASA researcher. Holes such as this are of particular interest because I bet they are. They might be portals to lower levels that extend into expansive underground caves. Now, that just sounds like he's playing with us, right? Holes such as this are of particular interest because they might be portals to lower levels that expand into expansive underground caves. If so, these naturally occurring tunnels are relatively protected from the harsh surface of Mars, making them relatively good candidates to contain Martian life. I feel like we're being toyed with. It's quite a statement by NASA, blah, blah, blah. Did you find a portal hole?
I found the hole.
Am I adding it to the... I see two people, and that doesn't look like... Are they going to tell us about the hole?
There's your hole.
Wow.
There's the massive. It looks a bit like a giant Uranus, but it's Mars.
That looks like
a butthole.
No, that looks like somebody painted a sidewalk.
It does.
Shot a hole into the sidewalk, and then the paint chipped away. And we've been fooled like that before. And it's when you're saying stuff like, it could lead to caves and life and aliens and so on. I mean,
wait a second.
What?
This is a 8-year-old image.
Well, it became the picture of the day. It's almost like they. Okay, let's be honest.
NASA being on top of things from 2017.
Right. So let's think this through. I'm sure NASA takes a lot of pictures, a lot of video footage, and then they comb through it eventually. It takes them 7 years. I mean, I've got pictures on my phone that now we're looking at. You take a lot of pictures of one thing, take 20 pictures maybe, and then maybe you'll develop one of them if you develop them at all. Am I the only person who still develops them?
No.
I still have I'm probably 2.5 years behind now on trying to get stuff developed off my phone. And that's all NASA did. They said, hey, we got a butthole picture. Let's make that the picture of the day.
It's right after the douche canoe. And they censor them. They color the photos.
Oh, that's right. They doctor them. They doctor them. You're right.
They do doctor them. They play doctor and color the photos and yeah,
that pisses me off.
Which again, that means you can't trust a damn thing that any of them say.
But it's the government. What do you mean you can't trust the government, bro?
I know it's crazy, but I've heard that rumor.
You know what? I'm sad because Zay was supposed to be here today, and she was going to do this whole thing on space, and we were going to go through the whole Blue Origin, and she has to take a rain check because she's sick. And I'm sorry, but you committed to this show, and you said you would be here. And we were going to talk about space, and then what?
Malaria is not that big a deal.
You go and get. I wasn't going to tell everyone that it was malaria, though.
We're not on the air, are we?
No, we go live in about. Hold on, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Welcome to this edition of At the Mic. I'm your host Keith Malinak, along with Brad Staggs.
Misty disease. I don't. For the record, I do not have malaria.
Man, we did a lot of pregame show today. We had a lot of good stuff that I wish was on the air, but unfortunately, we didn't start the live stream.
It does until very much later in.
Wow. A lot of people already chatting here. It's almost like they could hear us.
That's weird. We have some bad news too.
What's the bad? I don't want bad news on a Friday.
You got bad news. I mean, if you like Katy Perry, because the PR expert is. So well, then this is good news then.
Okay. All right. Oh, I like good news.
Yeah, you'll love that news from the PR expert for Katy Perry that she could face career extinction if she doesn't step back from the public.
Better step back.
I'm just saying. I mean, we don't want to.
I thought she just announced a tour or something when she got off the plane.
It's difficult to step back if you're going to go on tour.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. That's a weird thing.
So, did everybody get their taxes paid in time?
I paid yours. I'm hoping for a big refund.
You paid my taxes for me?
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate that.
You're welcome. It's like, when you go through McDonald's in front of somebody and you're like, hey, what will they get behind me?
Oh, you paid it forward or whatever. I didn't pay the person behind me, though. I paid mine.
You should have. Oh, well, then you're going to get a hell of a refund.
Obviously. Okay, so here's a poll that Oyster Bunny tagged me in, and I retweeted this, I don't know, or last week or whatever. It's tax time. What is your most hated way of being taxed? So income tax came in the lead there at 48%. Second place, the home you own, property tax, 39%. That's the one I voted for, as you can see. The check gives it away.
What's left when you die?
I don't like it when I'm trying to use this and then it says, it outs me. You picked property tax.
Well, I wouldn't have known that was you because of the check mark unless you just said so. I had no idea that's what that meant.
Well, the reason I'm pissed about that is because I really struggled with this on income or property, but I ultimately went with property just because.
Because it means you never own it.
It means you're a renter for the entirety of your life, regardless of whether you pay rent or a mortgage. Third place, a distant third, 11% death tax, and then 1% sales tax.
Which is actually, I'm surprised that But everybody favors the consumption tax.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's the only one that gives you a choice. Like, you're going to die. You have to pay property taxes. Trust me, I've looked. All 50 states have it. And if you're going to, have money to live off of, you got to have an income, and that's an income tax. And all but 7. Well, you're always going to have federal.
If people had to write the stupid check every quarter or every year for their taxes, there'd be a revolt. But
I'm not expecting a sea change in the way we fund our government. But if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen under this administration. Yes. Again, I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, it'll be in the next couple.
It might. It could. It might happen. I mean, your stinker thinking is not going to do us any good. It could happen. It very well could happen.
Hold on a second.
Don't be a stinker thinker.
My stinker thinker. I'm a stinker.
Don't be a stinker thinker.
Wow, you're positive. I like that. I need some of that.
It could happen. It could very well happen.
Yeah, just like them Epstein files. Am I right?
Why do you do that? Why do you have? I mean,
how many indictments have we? The handcuffs have been just like. How do we even have enough handcuffs on the government?
What happened to the Epstein files? Where did that story even go?
I don't know. Don't you dare be negative. Don't you be a stinker thinker.
You're right. We're going to drown in a sea of taxes. We're going to be taxed to death. It's never going to happen. We're always going to be taxed on our income.
So this is a good opportunity for me to tease next week's deep dive. Coming up on the 24th, we've got Steve Friend. He's been on both shows, the Thursday deep dive and the Friday live stream, FBI whistleblower, and also Steve Baker. Two dueling Steves, the intrepid reporter for The Blaze, who's been a guest on the Friday live stream, and he's going to make his Thursday debut. And so I'm going to have both Steves, Steve Friend and Steve Baker, to tell us what's been going on at the new and improved FBI, coming up a week from yesterday, also known as 6 days from now.
And why did the story just go away? Why has there been? And why hasn't the legacy? Why hasn't Fox News been on top of that? Okay,
so here's what I've been thinking about with the Epstein files, and you tell me if you disagree with any of this. It's not a theory. It's just that they got burned by the FBI New York office, right? Southern New York, and then I think we heard that they were going up there to get them or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So far, I have my facts accurate. Yes.
As far as we know.
So I would assume that since this happened a couple of months ago, that they've gotten to DC by now, and
have they?
And so, but now here's what I'm okay. That's what I'm saying. If they were released, but let's just go with me here that they did retrieve them, because if they didn't retrieve them, then Pam Bondi should have held a press conference to say, okay, because she's getting a lot of heat. More than anyone on this. She should. Right, but what I'm saying is if she got duped by the FBI in New York, then she should hold a press conference to say, hey, we had every intention of releasing these, but it turned out they shredded, deleted files. Let me tell you some of the stuff. And yes, we're pursuing criminal charges against these rogue agents and the management that allowed this to happen under their watch and blah, 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 blah. But she hasn't done that. So my theory is that they brought them back. Let me back up. Do you remember that day when Trump said, yeah, we're going to be releasing the JFK files and we're going to do it, by this weekend or whatever he said? Like, it was like a 48 hours out. And then all of a sudden, I think there was panic at the FBI, like, oh my gosh, we got to start going through these. And some people's cell numbers and social security numbers who had filed FOIA requests, et cetera, that appeared in these documents now have to get new. So because they were so quickly, they missed a lot of the information that was supposed to be blacked out, like personal identification.
So they released cell numbers and social security numbers? Correct. I did not see that part of the story.
Of people who are alive today because their information appeared on documents when they'd made requests, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so if they were able to turn around because it was done in haste, Trump says JFK files coming out 2 days from now, boom. They were sloppy, but they got them out. Well, I don't know if they got all of them out. But my point is they've had ample time because we've seen demonstrated that the president can call for something to happen, and 2 days later we start getting stuff, or it was maybe 4 days or whatever it was. Anyway, how long ago was that, hey, look at my binder? What day was that? Because that's when it all hell came down. And be like, what the hell was that?
That was 4 weeks ago, was it not?
Okay, well then, I know they got the JFK stuff turned around in a lot less time.
That was only 4 weeks ago?
I know, it feels like eternity, doesn't
it? It really does.
I honestly, when I'm saying this, and you're saying how long, I was thinking February. When was it? What's the day?
Well, according to the AP, and the picture of all of them standing up there holding up their binders, that was 4 weeks ago.
Okay, but do we have a date?
No, there's weird on these AP stories. There is no date, which is
that's annoying.
Which is really strange because you'd think that a news service would date. Hold on a second. In the caption, Thursday, February 27th.
Okay, all right.
So 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I got. February 27th.
6 weeks ago.
Okay, it feels like it was deeper into February than just the 27th.
Well, how much deeper can you get into February?
Yeah, I can't believe that you were. Yeah, February 1st would be deeper into
would be shallower into February.
I'm going back deeper.
Well, you can't go backwards that way. You can't back into a month.
We're on the end side of February, sir. So
calendars don't go backwards.
If you're standing on April 18th, then you're barely in the shallow end of February on the 28th. You're in the deepest end on February 1st.
No. Months can't go backwards. We were deep. We were tennis balls deep into February.
Oh my gosh.
What? That's an old saying, tennis balls deep.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's what they used to say on the tennis court when they'd play tennis.
I see. Because they would measure
the number of balls. Yeah. And it was like, how many balls deep were you on the other side of the court? They'd like lay down the ball.
Green and fuzzy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's how they would. Were you balls deep? Yeah, 3. And then, 3? Yes, 3. It was, on occasion, it was surprising.
I would say so, because usually you just see the 2 at a time.
Right. Just usually, when on the court, you'd only see a couple of balls deep, and it was it was on occasion that the third, and it was that caused a lot of confusion and, quite frankly, a lot of nervousness. And that's why they don't do that anymore.
So the one video that I'm looking for is the one video that I forgot to upload. Then that's fine. We'll just save it for next week.
And by the way, who was it that said, crawfish, because the elephant in the room is on the list? I don't think that's the case. If we're talking about crawfish,
that's another theory.
If he was on the list, we would have known that they would have used that.
The FBI already. New York would have told us that.
They would have. Yes, they would have. There's somebody. If there's somebody that they don't want known on the list, it's going to be somebody on Team Blue, A, and B. I don't think that's the reason. I think it turns out he's a CIA asset or a Mossad asset. I think that's my. He was working for the government.
Can I just say nobody picked up on my line that I said on Pat Gray Unleashed about a week or so ago. Nobody that I saw. If somebody caught that, congratulations. Just because you didn't comment about it doesn't mean you didn't see it or didn't understand it. But I did. Google this for me. Let me give you an assignment. I said, and this is taking way too long. It's not even funny now.
I'm laughing inside.
Are you? I think I said something to the effect of, what's that? I just got a phone call from country code 011. Don't release them? Okay. Noted. So now you get to Google.
That's Switzerland? Why would Switzerland do that? You can hear my typing, can't you?
I love it. Yeah, because now
you know what that is. You know what it's straight out of Meet the Parents.
What?
It's him when he's trying to get the ticket at the airport. Don't you remember that? She's like,
hold on a second. Where was I? Have I bitched about this on the air? How I can't stand automated things. They don't do it as much as they used to. But when you're talking to something that's automated and it's like, hey, what's your date of birth? And you tell them, and then the little AI or the fake starts like, and you're like, come off it. You're a freaking computer. You're not going to be fooled that the computer is typing something.
let's see, hold on a second. Is that this?
What?
Hold on. Let's see if it does it. No.
To change your sound and vibration.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
That's somebody talking. It tries to make it sound. It tries.
The scariest keyboard ever.
No, that's not it either.
I need an analog phone in this room. What is wrong with me? I've got about 30 of them in the garage. All right, I need a prop. I need a prop phone up here. Yeah. Yes. It's like. Okay, now hold on. Okay. Hold on. Pull down the sound for a second here. Here we go. How may I help you today? Just tell me what you need. I need to get a rate, insurance card rate, something, auto insurance for. Please tell me what kind of car you're looking to insure today. I don't know. It's It's like a 2025 Lamborghini. I just come up.
I think I found your rate.
Right? It's the stupidest waste of freaking time! And it pisses me off more than it should. But every time, and I haven't experienced it in a while, but every time I have, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have things to do! Oh. Holy crap.
You know what? If you'd said this in 1980, that one day you'll be really pissed off about the fake keyboard sounds that they're making on computers, people would have laughed at you.
Right. Yeah.
Because they didn't believe that stuff in 1980. It was a simpler world back then, 1980. I got kicked back now. Someone say something. Why'd Crawfish get kicked?
Kicked? What does that mean?
It would have been leaked a long time ago. All right, Kara. It would have been leaked a long time ago if he was on there. If Trump was on that list, it has to do with him being an asset of the government.
Check this out. This Crawfish stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the latest comment, correct, is Crawfish saying TY. Oh, and Marianne just did laughing emojis, right?
Right.
Okay, so get this. When I look at the admin thing, I have to scroll up almost to the beginning of the chat to see Crawfisk's TY, but yet Marianne's laughing emojis are the most recent. It's weird. It's so weird. So everyone's chat was probably coming through last week. It just was ordering it way up above where I couldn't see it off the top of the screen. This is weird. No, there ain't no streaming service that works. So I have to look up here at the through the actual Twitter as just a viewer. Stupid.
A massive portal, a picture of Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's just a massive hole.
There's
a difference between a hole and a portal. You don't necessarily want to walk through a hole. I didn't, Jackal. I do. Bart does make up words. I do make it. Somebody has to make them. Where do you think words come from? Do you think they just are created out of whole cloth?
One particular word was, you know how Conan O'Brien was trying to, his show, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, whenever I was in college, was trying to come up with a cuss word to get by NBC censors.
Muffomich?
And so they came up with crunk. 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 And that actually turned into like a drink that you could buy.
Wouldn't you rather have Muffomich?
What's I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it because I feel like.
Have you ever had your Muffomich tickled?
Huh.
I
don't know. It feels like it costs extra though.
It does. Well, you think they're going to do it for free? Hell no. If you're going to have your crunk touched, you got to get your Muffomich tickled. Because otherwise, and you can only do it if while you're playing tennis, you're like 3 balls deep on the court. Because otherwise, it doesn't work. It's a tennis term. Renee Richards. The problem with Renee Richards and her tennis game, she had no balls. She did not really just go for it. What? So they said that it wasn't aggressive enough.
So without looking, how much do you think a first class stamp costs right now for the postal service? Don't you dare! Oh my gosh, how much is a first class stamp? Okay. Okay, computer, I'm asking you to guess. I'm not asking you to look it up. You're cheating, computer. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? I can hear you clicking for real. He's slowly trying to type, how much is a U.S. stamp?
If you just sneak them in. I know what it is. I know how much it is. I didn't have to look.
Okay. How much is it?
$1.05. No, wait, that's freedom. Freedom cost $1.05. A stamp is less than freedom. And if you tell me you don't know why freedom cost $1.05,
are you going to leave?
Yes.
Oh no, we still have like maybe an hour-ish.
Then why does freedom cost $1.05?
I don't.
Because freedom isn't free. Freedom cost $1.05. Freedom cost. Did you never see Team America?
No, I haven't. It hasn't come out at least 40 years ago.
Like 20.
Yeah, I know.
Like 25.
It's on the list. I have a list somewhere. Actually,
America. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of
clips. Say the mother. Yeah. It was active.
Oh no, this is good. This is good. Hold on.
Team America was 21 years ago.
I wish, Julie, but yet it's actually just the opposite of simpler.
YouTube life was simpler back then.
On your end, yes. On this end, even getting on.
Why are you talking about Julie's end? That's not polite.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the deal is it's.
I know how much. I forget the question. That was a question.
Okay,
I know what it is.
Tell me what it is.
78.
No, hold on. I don't think so. I think it's 73, and they want to raise it to 78 in July because the service is so good.
What was the last time you bought a stamp?
Oh, I buy them all the time.
Why?
Because I still I do not mail nearly as much as I used to, but I have a whole bunch of Jeopardy ones. Like it's got Alex Trebek Jeopardy stamp. They have, and it's pretty cool because it's like a question. Cool. Unfortunately, it's the same question for the whole pane. I thought when I got them, I thought it was going to be, hell, I'll get it, man. You see this. Hang on.
What are you getting? Ladies and gentlemen, while Keith is out, we're going to do some research on the computer. We're going to find out exactly what it is that he's looking for.
See, the part of that last 5 minutes or 30 seconds that sucked is I couldn't hear anything you said. I bet it was good stuff.
It was all really funny, and they've been sworn not to repeat what it was I told them about you.
So I've got the Hank Aaron stamps, okay, because I'm a Braves fan.
Wait, well, hold on. Did you buy them because they were Hank Aaron stamps? I'm going
to use them. It's because I needed stamps.
And what do you mail?
It's very rare anymore. It's so infrequent that I can't even answer the question.
Okay, if it's so infrequent, why'd you buy an entire book or page?
They're forever, man. I'll have Hank Aaron. The vaccine took Hank Aaron from us. Oh, YouTube loving this show. So I have to remember him, memorialize him as a Braves fan with stamps now.
But okay, you still have not answered the question. What do you mail?
I have to think with the last thing. Oh, you know what? Gabby, Miss Instagram.
You mailed Gabby?
I just mailed her. In fact, Gabby will get it'll be an envelope with this stamp on it. The answer is Jeopardy once in a while. Hold on.
You're lying to me because you don't mail anything.
This naturalized U.S. citizen hosted the quiz show Jeopardy for 37 seasons. And see, it's Alex Trebek.
That was Sajak.
No, you're wrong. You're so dumb, bro. It's Alex Trebek. Man, you're dumb.
Who is Alex? Who?
That's I don't know, some Canadian guy thing. Anyway, so I had to mail her a piece of art.
How do you spell it?
Right. I mailed her some art, and it has a Jeopardy stamp on it.
You mailed her some art?
Yeah, that I drew art on Pat Gray Unleashed, and she
folded it up into an envelope.
Yeah, I did hesitate, and you know what, Gabby, I apologize. I folded the.
Why don't you use like pirate ship?
First of all, I don't even know what that is because I don't get out much. Huh?
Pirate ship R. It's because that's part of when you say their name, you have to say, if you say pirate ship R, you have to do that. But you can mail anything on pirate ship and it just prints out the label and it pays the post. Why would you go to the post office?
I didn't go to that's why it's folded in an envelope, because I could just stick it in my mailbox.
Where did you go to get the stamps?
A long time ago.
The post office.
Yes. No, actually, hang on.
I'm with you. I didn't see him as a stamp collector either, but he's obviously like a collector because
I may have ordered. No, I think
Jonathan, I'm pretty sure it's mails because that would hurt if he nailed that hurts. You can't do that.
I don't know if honestly, I don't remember. Hold on. You're going to love this.
But why, Mary? I bought a bunch of stamps of the Lord. Why would you? What are you mailing?
Bro, stop for 1 second.
Look, I'm going to start hyperventilating in a minute if I don't understand what you're mailing.
In December, when the Christmas stamps came out, because we mail Christmas cards, not to you anymore, I bought...
Good, I didn't want it anyway.
I bought a ton, like right before the price of stamps went up, because they're forever stamps, and Christmas tends to come around the calendar every year. So yes, I have a stockpile of stamps that I paid whatever the hell price was, $68.
Do you not have a wife to take care of that stuff?
And I think when I was
what do you do with the wife?
Other ones.
What does she do all day?
She does the cards. I get the stamps.
Wow, she can't get the stamps and do the cards? Or is that just too much of a workload?
You are hung up on stamps, bro. So yes, I remember now. I paid 68 cents because they were about to jump to 73, and now they're about to jump to 78. And so, ha ha ha, joke's on you. When the price of stamps goes up a nickel, guess who saved $2.25? This guy, because I bought them early.
Why?
Oh my gosh. If it's another question about the post office or stamps, I'm going to disconnect you.
Although, I think I can answer this question myself.
What question? Oh no.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, that's why he does it?
Wait.
All right, never mind. Sorry, I didn't know about your disability. I apologize.
Are you talking?
I apologize. I didn't know about your disability. The stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Hold on a second. Actually, hold on. Look at this. Julie says Brad is old school. That's not true in the case of, I don't know what pirate ship ARG is. I have no idea. I am so old school. I don't even know the reference.
Pirateship.com.
Oh my gosh.
Which is a clever play on words. But pirateship.com is all you do is, well, like in the case of you mailing art to Gabby, instead of folding it up and putting it in an envelope, you would have put it in a manila envelope or a vanilla envelope or something.
How much would it have cost? Vanilla. That pisses me off too. Anyway, so how much does that cost?
I don't beats me because you just go into pirate ship and it tells you how much you weigh it and then you print the label and you still put it in your mailbox.
Crap.
And then she would have gotten the art without it being all folded up and stuff.
73 cents. I paid 73 cents.
Okay.
Not
you
$1.05.
You went to the Freedom cost $1.05.
Didn't go anywhere to my mailbox.
Right. You would have still put it in the mailbox. You would have had to step foot one into a post office, which is always a frustrating experience because you walk in and it's just because you look around and you think,
all right, we need to.
Right. And wait a second, because I know some post people and most of them aren't nuts. Most of them are not nuts. And God rest his soul. We just lost Peter Seraphin week before. And he was a postal service. But by lost him, I don't mean he's lost. I mean, he died.
Yeah, I was trying to keep him employed for all these years because some of us still went to the post office. Bro.
Right. Well, he was one of the sane ones. Why is it always the good ones that go? Why can't the dicks of the world?
Wait, you and I are still here. Case in point, right?
Douche. You cannot say douchebag. You can't. I'm tired of this argument. I really am. Thank you, Keith Cross says. For what?
What did I do?
Where is the scale, Sue says? Buy a scale. They're not that powerful.
So you have to buy a scale.
Well, I did at one point in time. I did have and not to say I don't still have an eBay empire, but I did have a bigger eBay empire, and so I had to have a little scale. It's just a little scale, and it's good for the side gig of selling drugs, and so you can weigh out, how many grams, whatever, and I'm going to have to use the scale when I send out the Star Trek tricorder that we auctioned off this week on the Daily Mojo that went to Kevin K. And actually, it has sound and everything.
That's cool, dude.
And this was the first 3D printed project that we did from the Michael V. Center for Research and Embellishment. And kind of cool looking, huh?
That is very cool.
It's like this is like 21st century model making.
Let me just say one more thing on the whole stamps thing. Which, by the way, good point, Daguerre Bear. This old dude stamp discussion has lasted longer than Monday Space Ride. That's a fact. But
interesting too, because we did not lie about it.
I will. I'm gonna say I can go to the freaking post office one time and buy lots of stamps, and then all I have to do is peel them and put them on an envelope and
wait.
Hold on. Your ass you went to get a scale, buy a scale. Now every time you go to mail something, I have to weigh it. And then I have to do the work for the post office for them. Like, it's like,
is life a journey or is it a destination? Don't you want to enjoy the process?
This is a car commercial.
Sending something when Gabby gets something, don't you really don't you want to enjoy the it's like bowel movements. You enjoy the process of the whole thing. You enjoy the go. Everybody has to, male in this case, not poop, but don't you want to enjoy the process?
Oh my gosh. I want to move on to something else.
Which was did you watch Black Mirror?
No. And I still
don't
use
watch
stamps.
Black Mirror?
And I still use stamps. Notice he stopped. He stopped. Why am I friends with you? He couldn't dare call himself.
I looked down here and I saw what Julie said. And no, we do not want to know. We don't. Women don't do that.
No, that's fact.
They don't. We don't want to know no. And the commercial where the woman is jogging down the street and the woman, hey, and then the woman goes, yeah, I just pooped. And you're like, shut up. I don't want to know that because no.
I haven't seen that. I should probably get out more.
You should. Okay. If you weren't busy going to the post office, you could stay up on all the hip culture.
Honestly, this time of year, if the commercial isn't on during the Atlanta Braves stream, then I haven't seen it. And there's only 4 commercials. It's about like the Blaze, honestly. And we have like 4 commercials that we run over 4 promos. And it's just like,
they should have people that do those commercials live. Wouldn't that be more fun?
Hold on. Time out. What's that? Oh, look. Ed's on the phone. He says he's willing to make some.
You can't call people. Does Ed have an action figure yet?
That seems like too much work. I could get to the post office and back.
By the time you get an action figure?
Yeah, because the action figure thing, I feel like I have to like type in all these descriptors and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not into that.
I didn't even know this was a thing. Except somebody, was it Wisconsin Jack Hole yesterday or the day before, did action figures of me and Ron, and I was like, I don't look like that. And I'm still pretty sure I don't look like that, but they made Ron's it's somewhere on Twitter. I could probably find it, but Ron's wonky eye was so wonky that it just like was closed. But I didn't know it was a thing doing the action figures. And then I
feel like everyone on Twitter has done it but me.
I haven't done, and they're not even, I find out now they're not real.
No.
They're not like in the physical world.
Right. Grok, I think, right? Grok.
I don't know. I go, where do you go?
It's either Grok or Chat GPT. You type in, make me into an action figure. And then it started asking me like all these questions. I forgot which one I was using. And it said, tell me all this stuff. And I was like, screw this. I got things to do, like not watch movies that have been out for 40 years.
Well, Sue, let's see, let me put this over here so you can, because Sue just said, you need to update my photo to that, because that right there is that's Grok. When Grok made me into I can't even remember what the prompt was. It was something along the lines of make me, protecting this damsel in distress, whatever. Use my profile picture. And I love that I'm like in a loincloth, but still wearing the headphones. Mm-hmm. And which is kind of weird, but I don't think I look like that. Do I look like that? Does my face look like that?
You might end up looking like that if you let your beard grow out. I don't know.
Because I don't like the nose isn't right, is it?
Was the damsel worth saving though? You know what I mean?
She looked like she was like 12, so I feel uncomfortable answering that question, even though she's not real. But I just, hey, you look at a picture of you and because you don't know how everybody else sees you, do you?
I guess not.
And I don't know how I know how I see.
Brad, how do you see me?
Is a beautiful hunk of you very
okay.
So really all that attract. Hold on.
All right. So you see me as I see me. Okay, that's good.
I don't know if I see you as you see you or not, and I certainly don't know that I see me as others see me. But I just don't feel like that's how I look. And recently,
hold on. I'm listening.
Grok thinks that for some reason I have. I am technically I'm African American. I mean, I don't dispute that, but it thinks I'm a little tanner than I am. What does Daguerre Bear say?
You could use your.
Yes, it's not a plastic. Daguerre Bear. What kind of? Okay, that's retarded.
Hold on. What is that?
A 3D printer.
But what is that material that it's using?
Plastic. Well, no, necessarily. It's I guess overall plastic printer.
So Brad has a plastic.
Did he not forget like a preposition or something? I mean, Brad has plastic. What is he, a caveman? Brad have plastic printer.
Well, you look like the caveman, though. I mean,
I do. Well, that's the ironic part of the story. But if you do get the little handheld scanner that you can, we've considered doing that as something to sell on the day, like little bobbleheads of us, which is amazing that we can do that. Yeah. Right. It's amazing that we can, take files and create, props from, a TV show. Can you imagine if they'd had these printers back in the 60s when they were doing this? But it's weird that we can do that. The technology is wild. But the thing is, the action figures, when I saw this, I was like, wait. So they're not even real, but there's a problem with the action figures because.
Hey, hang on. Let me address something, and then you make this point. Jonathan has a great question. I always want to take the opportunity to address this whenever I can.
To undress Jonathan?
Speaking of updating, Keith, can you get the Blaze to delete commercial show promos from before January? Yeah, I was kind of alluding to that. I want to make the point again, whenever I get the chance. There's absolutely nothing that I say at the Blaze that will ever be followed up on, just so you know. So,
as a matter of fact, they might do the opposite.
They do the opposite, just to spite me, honestly. Okay, so the AI action figure trend isn't the problem. The digital carbon footprint is. Holy crap. I don't know who Anna Appleton Clayton is, but
she's a tard.
She's going to be fun. What is this?
She's a tard. Yeah, right. Can you imagine her at a party?
Imagine her in that little space penis trapped in there and just, with all those other clucking hens.
Anyway, did you say clucking?
Clucking hens.
Clucking hens. Okay, I'm just checking. So anyway, it's the what was one of the first lines in this is that CPUs are they use energy. So it's not. And this is such a stupid argument, I can't believe it. But because you're using AI to generate these fantasy objects that don't exist, they exist as zeros and ones, that you are using energy, electricity going through your computer, and that's causing the Earth to die. That's it pretty much in a nutshell, right?
Holy crap.
The images themselves are fun. The technology behind them is impressive. They highlight something we don't talk about enough. The environmental costs of digital activity. More specifically, the growing carbon footprint of AI. Because, there's a number in here too. It often comes as a surprise to people that interwebs generate carbon emissions at all, but it does. A lot of it, in fact, 3.7% of global emissions come from the interweb. According to Eco-Friendly Web Alliance.
This chick is fun. This chick's a lot of fun.
I want to know the eco-friendly Webb Alliance. That's more. Okay, wait. So at 3.7% of global emissions, they're saying that by you out there doing fun stuff on your computer, you're creating a bigger carbon footprint than the entire aviation industry. These people are freaking insane.
Okay, so okay, I agree with you 100%. Okay, I want to get that out there.
I feel a butt coming.
It's not a butt. Yeah, there's a butt. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. But. And I'm not saying I agree with this, but isn't this the same kind of argument that mining for Bitcoin?
Yes.
Okay, same argument. It's energy consumption. So while I disagree with complaining and bitching about this from
Can
the
you say bitching?
I just did. The article writer and the people that are upset about Bitcoin and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mining. I just they should shut up. Okay.
Yes.
But
holes should be clamped off.
I think that I have a story that is actually worse than that as far as eco insanity. You ready?
I'm ready. Hold on. Let me get ready.
Discover Magazine has an article for us. Headline is Owning a Dog Does Extensive Environmental Damage. Here's how to lower the toll.
You walk the dog?
I think no, you do not walk the dog, because if you walk the dog poops. In this article, on multiple occasions, I see. Walk the dog. Yeah. So no, the reason you don't walk WALK the dog is because the dog will poop, and this article mentions on multiple occasions about dog poop runoff into our rivers and streams and water supplies. This is the most insanely pathetic article you've ever seen. Here's a quote from the what is this person? This is
here's a quote from the article.
This guy is Bill Bateman, a review author and a behavioral ecologist at Curtin University in Australia. Okay. So yes, the quote from him is let's see. Many owners simply don't realize the environmental damage dogs can cause, from disturbing wildlife to polluting ecosystems. Yeah, if your dog chases a rabbit, it's damaging the ecosystem. You agree? You agree? My article is trying to make a point. Is worse at making a point than your article.
Your article factor.
Your article is tard factor 10. My article is tard factor 11.
It goes to 11. It's so.
Now hold on a second.
These people can vote.
Yeah, I know.
They can make other people.
Australia, though. So listen to this. When they're outside, dogs bark and chase after animals. And when they're indoors, they leave their traces behind.
Bastards.
Dogs leave scents, SCENTS,
I'm finding
urine
all over the floor.
and feces, which can disrupt animal behavior long after the dogs have left. They're complaining about the odor, the scent that your dog leaves behind that other animals will smell and go, oh my gosh, another dog was. This person wants no life. Doesn't want no human life. It wants no life at all. This is unbelievable, bro. How do these people live?
Are they okay? Is there any evidence that who is that? Sam Walters?
Oh, you want to see if he's real?
Okay. I mean,
that's good. That's good. Bill Bateman is the name.
Master.
No.
Master Bateman.
No, I don't think it is Master.
I think. No.
Wait,
who's Sam Walters?
It's because you can't use the word master. That's the only reason it's not.
Oh, that's right.
Bateman. Okay, it's
Sorry, my fleas were itching.
What was the Sam? Where are you getting Sam?
It says right there by Sam Walters.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sam Walters, right, you're going to look at Discover Magazine. Is he even a real person?
Discover Retardation, read our magazine. I remember when Discover used to be good.
Right, that's what I was saying when I was reading this article. I was like, I kept checking the source. I'm like, is this the Discover channel type people?
It's like, no, it's not Discovery Channel. No. Had nothing to do with them. Discover Magazine was good.
I'm going to try to get a visual aid for this article. Talk about me some more. Hang on.
You that's a good idea, and we can absolutely. We'll just look a few things up on the interweb. The half the time when you see these articles, they're not even written. Half the time probably is a overstatement, but they're not even real people. I mean, they create these people that aren't real, hence that MFer is not real, and they write these articles that are completely bogus, and you cannot trust a damn thing. There was, and to that end, let me see if I still have it open. I don't think I do, because I was, and I'll let you know a little secret this morning. No, not that secret, but the other secret is that if you use Google Notebooks, I think it's called Notebook or Notebooks, you can go in there and you can like feed it sources. I think we talked about this before. You can feed it sources that are real or not, and it will come up. It will create an instant podcast discussing your theories. I was working on it this morning, and I think I was bored, but I came up with
You should go to the post office next time you're bored.
I know I had been a stamp. I should have been. My mom always said you should collect stamps. I thought she was stupid. Now she's dead. How am I going to apologize? But I did a whole article on, or a podcast rather, on how Saturday morning cartoons were destroyed by the increasing wages for union cartoonists, and B, that it started moving into, and I had Grok come up with a couple of fictitious cartoon monsters that depicted these cartoons eating kids. And that was part of the reason that Saturday morning cartoons went away. And it created, and Grok even came up with a name for this monster. It was called the Chompzilla the Munchosaur.
Oh, nice.
That was what Grok came up, because, and I started thinking, boy, if there's somebody on the other end of this, like looking at what I'm doing, and they're thinking, what is he?
Oh, nobody monitors us ever.
I sure knew. So he came up with this Chompzilla the Munchosaur, and and I said, that's good. He said, glad you like it. Should we give Chompzilla the Munchosaur a quirky catchphrase to go with that name? I'm like, yeah, what's his catchphrase? And the catchphrase that Google came up with for Chompzilla the Munchosaur is, nibble now, snuggle later.
Okay.
This is AI coming up with the name. And
that sounds like something else. But
And I said, perfect. And Grok said, awesome. Anything else we can do to add to Chompzilla the Munchosaur's wild world? Maybe a goofy sidekick or a favorite snack. And I suggested, favorite snack. How about an ear or an eyeball?
Holy.
And Chompzilla the Munchosaur's favorite snack, Grok says, definitely pickled eyeballs. He loves the way they pop with a tangy.
Oh my gosh, this sounds like some twisted person program.
I know. And he's want to give those eyeballs a weird flavor to make it even goofier.
What is happening?
I was like, yeah, Grok, you're my kind of, and no response. Oh, wait. He said, sure. And then he didn't give a response. And I said, how about they taste like toe fungus? And he's like, that is gloriously gross. Chompzilla the Munchosaur can't resist pickled eyeballs with a funky toe fungus flavor. He says it's like a moldy, zesty explosion in his mouth. Should we toss in a side dish to go with this bizarre treat? And that's where I left it. And I said, and it wouldn't do this, because I said, in this picture of Chompzilla and this kid, let's have the monster eating like a piece of the kid. Because I wanted to see how far I could take it, and it wouldn't create that. Here's what it gave me instead, and it would not show. I said, and put blood around the kid's mouth. Can you see that yet? I didn't know if it showed.
Oh! I'm sorry. I was looking for
if it showed up over there. I'm sorry, am I boring you? So anyway, this is the Chompzilla the Munchosaur and the kid. I said, well, instead of making the blood red, make the blood green. So I was like, oh, okay, I can make the blood green.
This is, we're getting to a place.
I know.
Audio, video, what's real, what's not. You're not going to be able to.
And look at dude's eyes over there.
Oh, he's concerned. Now the guy behind him though is looking to make love with the monster.
He really does. That is a loving. That's like, oh,
I've always wanted a.
What are you doing?
Kid-eating monster in bed with me. Today's my chance.
Is that Jeff Zucker?
Yeah. That's
no, that's a Jeff Zucker and Greg Brady had a child. That would be. That would be the.
So I want to play. You talked about cartoons. I hadn't planned on doing this, but Ed McRae he was a guest on the Thursday Deep Dive about underrated founders. He sent me
under what?
Underrated founders.
Oh, I thought you said underage founders. Never mind.
What kind of country are they forming?
That's a good question.
Okay, so let me get this screen to share.
How did Brock know to put Ron and his wonky eye in the picture? That's good. Julie's leaving. Does she have to go have another bowel movement? I mean,
there you go. Okay, so I want you to see this. This is a never before seen Tom and Jerry episode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's great audio, though, right? Am I right? Hang on. Where's the speaker? Why is there no? Oh, there is no audio on this. That's right. There's no audio on this. I'm sorry. Here we go. So here we go. Never before seen Tom and Jerry episode. You say, oh look, he's got a job in the big city. There's old Tom. I guess his first day at work. Gets on the old elevator. Well, that's an
elevator.
That's an elevator. Yeah. All right. So he puts his bag down. He's getting to work. Look at him. He's up there, and looks like he's in New York City. And then all of a sudden, Jerry had trouble making mouse. Oh no, Jerry, easy. Jerry. Oh, Tom's pissed.
Wait, there's sound to that. Isn't there sound on that?
No, there's not. No.
You sure?
No. Okay, here we go. Good job. See,
you're welcome.
See, he's gonna get back to work. Oh no! What? Oh!
Where'd he go?
And he moved the hole. Oh no! Spike is trying to do a board meeting, and
He's Spike.
And Tom's like, "Hey, there's a mouse."
This is really odd that there's no audio on this.
Right? Jerry's laughing. It's all funny. You want to know why there's no audio on that? It's because you just watched a completely AI generated Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe you.
Okay, I don't give two shits if you believe me. I'll show you.
Do you get 3 balls deep if you believe me?
Look at this. Look at that right there. Below is one of the videos created by NVIDIA that shows Tom working as an office employee in the World Trade Center.
Okay.
First glance, it looks impressive, but watch for a few seconds, it quickly falls apart with illogical performance, weird objects, inconsistent hookups, and only the faintest suggestion of coherent storytelling. While this is an experiment and should be viewed in the context of the goals it's set out to achieve, it only serves to show that AI is still many years away from generating. I don't know, it's getting close.
Oh, it is not many years from generating anything.
I know. And so here we go. It just explains what we just saw. It's basically a script.
To me,
there's another one. You want to watch this?
That was, I didn't think that was an incoherent story at all. I mean, I actually oddly followed it.
Jerry found something. I don't know what just happened back there.
That was an ocean fart.
Fart. Tom's sneaking up on Jerry. I didn't know mice could swim that well. Or cats.
Cats.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't incoherent at all. Right. I mean, it's typical Tom and Jerry.
Right.
They're not, it's not only is it not years away from being able to create something profound.
If this were on, assuming it had sound or whatever, and I'm walking in through a room and the kids
wouldn't think twice about it.
I would think, I haven't seen this Tom and Jerry, and I thought I'd seen them all,
And this is the public face. There's Bruce the Shark.
Well, okay.
Sure. Right? And Tom or Jerry has some gold there.
No, Bruce the Shark was from
Jaws.
Finding Nemo.
Well, Bruce the Shark is from Jaws.
Oh,
that's the name of the sharks. That's why that's why in Finding Nemo they call him Bruce.
Yes, I've seen Jaws. You don't need to say that. Hold on a second. Hold on. This isn't making sense. How are they buddies? Look at that. They're having a good time. I mean, sometimes they did have a good time.
They talked. And they weren't always at each other. It's just the typical married relationship interspecies.
That's awesome. What is this guy? He's like, what? No, okay, I don't know how.
He's only one ball deep.
Okay. Uh-huh.
That's the red ball. There's nothing incoherent about this, I don't think, at all.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, since he just left the screen and then came back. Okay.
It's a cartoon. They did that already. He also.
That's true. But I mean, this is the dumbest one of the three. Like Jerry. Now, okay, this is where the conflict arises, because Jerry's like, man, you're stupid. Your ball is red. And then now watch me. I can do this. Okay.
Is he going to kick it?
I don't know.
Is he kicking the ball?
I don't know.
What is that?
He gets the prize. He knocked it over. So somebody. Oh, okay. Now Jerry's never flexed. That's weird.
Well, he just did. So clearly he has flexed.
Okay, so we got 3 of them here, huh?
Who wrote that?
Oh wait, let's see. What is your most Oh, okay. I don't know what that. Never mind. What'd you say?
Can you see what's on the screen right now over on mine?
The monster.
Oh no, it's still because all right. So I can't. I don't know how to show you that, because it did. AI created another, because tomorrow on Saturday Morning Live, Jeffy and I, when we get together, and the episode is called Babes in Space. And the only reason it's called Babes in Space is because that was catchy, and it was an excuse to have Grok make, babes in bikinis in front of a rocket. But it made one of the girls cross-eyed. And and I wonder, did it do it on purpose? Does it know what cross-eyed is? And if this is the stuff that we can do, if this is available to the public, imagine what is available right now to the government and what they can get away with.
That feels like a segue into a video I'd like to play. And this is why I love having you here all the time. Just love having you here.
That's why I get the big
checks in the mail, but some people don't like.
You have a stamp.
You don't want me using the stamp, and so therefore it's not in the mail, because
that was a real movie. Cross says. I don't know what movie it was.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Beats me. Sue says, I love Saturday Morning Live. And I love you, Sue. Long time. Cats don't like water. Ask Doc Kitty. I know, right?
All right, so you've seen this guy, right? You've seen this clip making the rounds. Let's just play it, and those maybe haven't seen. This is a White House, this is a Trump administration feller. And what was the presentation he was at? I forget what this was.
It's about building a strong America.
Yeah, sure. He's the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, Michael Kratsios. And listen up.
We seem to have lost focus and vision, to have lowered our sights and let systems and structures and bureaucracies muddle us along. But we are capable of so much more.
Yeah.
Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow, improve productivity. We seem to have lost focus and vision.
Oh, yeah,
to have lowered our sights and let systems.
What did he say?
Structures and bureaucracies muddle us along.
Time and space.
But we are capable of so much more.
Yeah.
Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space.
Wait, come on now.
So was that a reference to super duper alien stuff? Or was he just talking about how it doesn't take, back in the day, like when Jeffy was a kid and they had to get in the covered wagons and stuff and go to,
Okay, but it doesn't have to be alien stuff. It could be our government, because he's talking about the government.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Is he talking about super duper secret, top secret stuff, or is he just commenting on the capabilities of modern life in the modern age?
Hypothetically, you could maybe make a plane disappear if you could manipulate time and space.
Yeah. It would
image,
ironically
370. Oh.
Ironically, it would take 3 balls to do that.
Oh my gosh!
What? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, thank you.
3 orbs. I think is the word you.
What's a ball?
Groping for. Now there's this guy, and this is interesting. This is Lieutenant something.
Dan? Lieutenant Dan?
I don't think so. He's at Hillsdale College giving a speech.
Energy.
Okay.
The seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival. Energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing. These are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique.
Okay.
The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here. But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour.
I'm sorry?
To deliver Wi-Fi from space.
Wait, what now?
Where you never need a cell tower to connect. To deliver energy from space where you never have to plug your phone in and it trickle charges and you can use that energy over time.
Hang on.
It can be applied to cars, to houses.
Okay, hold on.
She's talking about 0 point energy.
Okay, let's go through these one at a time because it just clicked with me. See, my brain isn't awake enough in the morning on Pat Gray to think all this stuff through. Hold on. I think he's talking futuristic stuff that could be ready today, but some of the stuff may already be kind of in existence, right? How? Because he's not talking about teleportation. He's saying you could be on the other side of the Earth in an hour, less than an hour. I don't know how the fastest plane is, but
this technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour.
I don't know how long it would take you to get halfway around the Earth. But anyway, hold on. The next one, though.
To deliver Wi-Fi from space.
Okay, but that's Elon.
That's Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink. Yeah.
Where you never need a cell tower to connect.
Right.
To deliver.
He's talking about phones, not internet then?
Satellite phones.
Satellite, yeah.
G from space, where you never have to plug your phone in.
Now that one.
Space lasers. Jewish space.
Okay. That's what that one is. Okay. Got it.
Well, ironically, going back to Discover magazine, because I'm pretty sure it was Discover, I remember, and I've had a number of people, Michael V being one of them, who is again the major donor here, who created the Michael V Institute for all that good stuff. Anyway, he looked for it for me. He couldn't find it, but I remember in the late 90s in Discover magazine, there was an ad, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it essentially said, imagine a vase in this room. Now imagine in the next room, in an instant, we have the technology to do it. And I cannot find that. And I know I wasn't dreaming and I know I wasn't drunk.
Don't you hate it when you know you've seen something or read something and
bugs
you cannot find
hell out of me? But it was in Discover magazine. It was an ad for some company. And
now, I'm not saying that this is what happened to you, okay? But do you feel another butt coming? That's the ultimate boomer move when you accidentally turn your phone's light on.
Is that boomer?
Yeah, I feel boomer when I do that.
There's so many. Buying stamps, I would argue, is higher on the list than that.
Okay, but I'm not saying that this is what happened with your Discover magazine article, but I had to buy the old school analog version, if you will, of a Rolling Stone magazine because they took it off the internet. They took the article I wanted off the internet.
Really?
And so it's sitting downstairs. And
why'd you buy it?
Because I wanted to read it, and it's about this horrific study. Basically changing the gender of a boy, of twin. They were experimented on by this sadistic fuck. And anyway,
I remember that story.
Yeah,
one of them was
and basically it blows everything out of the water when it comes to trans nonsense. And Rolling Stone magazine took that offline, and so I bought the hard copy, if you will, and it's something else. It's a hell of an article, man.
Ironically, again,
Mangala stuff.
To two ironic moments in the past 3 minutes. What are the odds? But look up Renee Richards' views on trans in sports and women's sports now. That's why you never hear Renee Richards quoted during the arguments about men and women's sports.
Uh-oh. Been removed, huh?
Well, Renee Richards now believes that women's sport should be protected. And for those of you who are under 130 years old, Renee Richards back in the 70s was, what was his name? Richard Bob something. Anyway, he became Renee Richards, and he's still a doctor.
Huh.
Would you get operated on by Renee Richards? Because anyway, but
what happened? Go ahead. I'm sorry. You had more.
She would go like 3 balls deep in the tennis court until she couldn't because they weren't there anymore. And but back then, she argued that she should still be allowed to compete in tennis matches, and actually was able to, but now has 180'd on her viewpoint.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's why they don't quote Renee Richards anymore.
And what happened with these twins? I can't think of their names, and I can't Google them while I'm sitting here. I'd have to go again downstairs and not find what I'm looking for. It was a circumcision gone wrong. And
yes, I do. I remember that. Yeah.
And then the parents got convinced, like, yeah, we'll just look, he'll be a girl. Everything will be fine. And the science said, no, everything won't be fine. And it ended so tragically because he knew he was clearly a boy and felt like it. Anyway, committed suicide, and his brother, I think, committed suicide. It was just so tragic.
Yep.
Okay. So, but you're talking about changing the digital record and whatnot. ChatGPT is now able to remember even more of your old conversations. So now it's going to have a memory, as like it hadn't before, right? I mean, come on.
It always did.
Of course, everything we search for, everything we type is saved somewhere. If not by ChatGPT, if not by Google, by the NSA.
Yes.
Every time I say Google, yes, you're creeping me out. My phone's lighting up. Stop it.
Just don't ask Siri to do something. Like you would Alexa, buy condoms. Yes. Don't do that.
Well, I try to be nice.
But why?
Because I don't want, like, if it were me, like, I would be kind of pissed if someone said, Alexa, buy me 1,000 toothpicks and pay for the overnight delivery. Like, I'd hate that.
Right. That would suck. That would suck.
That would suck.
Yes. The question is,
hey, I got a question for you. If you had a dog go missing, right? Like, you had this dog for just maybe a year or two, and then it disappeared. And then 11 years later, it showed up at a pound, and they called you. And the dog had run off, by the way. Because let's say you were in the process of moving, and then your dog of a year or two, I think it was, vanishes. It shows up 11 years later. You want that dog back?
Checking. No. Little bastard.
Right?
I hate that dog.
Right. The dog doesn't deserve the owner.
The dog made the choice 11 years ago.
Right.
The dog can live with the consequences.
Yeah, right? So I'm with you. I'm sorry. What a dumb dog. And but the dog doesn't deserve the owner. But the owner doesn't deserve the dog either, because she had named the dog Snuggles. You're naming animals like that.
You got to come out of this upbeat record and go, damn dog death dedication. Where are those pictures that Bob promised me last week?
Casey Kasem at his best. Let's see. What do you want to finish with here? What time is it? We got a 15-minute.
Are you finishing already?
No, I mean, no. I mean, yes.
The rest of us aren't done yet.
Hang on a second. What's happening? I want to play this for you. I'm going to play this.
You do.
You see this art? You see this art here? Hang on a second. This right here is my
art
kind of.
Those cheeks, bro. Oh, he's really oh my God. Yo. He's weird. What the? Oh my. He's up in the
rectum.
I wish.
Hey, that wasn't real.
Yes, it was.
How do you know?
Because it is. They were doing work on a statue.
In those cheeks. Oh, he's really oh my God. Yo. He's weird. What the? Oh my. He's up in the.
Yeah, he's up in the butt. What was
it? It got so big. It was like big. It was over. That butt was over the top of both of us. It was huge, immense. But how do we know it's real?
Oh my gosh.
Is that not a legitimate question now? I mean, we just saw Tom and Jerry that we thought was real, and it wasn't. And now you're expecting us to believe a.
Do me a favor.
What?
Google. Not you. Google statue worker up the butt. See what you get. Let's see what your browsing history finds.
Google is it. You're having trouble. There is help. You're not alone. Well, it's. Well, do you think anyone's tried to insert one of those digital action figures up their digital butt? I mean, because, you hear about them doing other stuff or on tall art butt.
What websites are you going to, bro?
I don't think you have to add. I mean,
buttstories.com.
Upmabutt.com. Or no, it's in mybutt.com. It's in mybutt.com.
Did you buy that?
One never knows, does one? What is that?
What's what? Oh, no.
Why in the hell would you
ever Hold on. Not sharing that screen.
No, this is a weird because I was looking up butt stuff and this came
hashtag butt stuff.
But this is a Shutterstock stock photo. What story would you ever? Oh, that's a paint roller. I thought that was a giant straw.
It's getting cocaine off of.
Does it? I bet that's what it looked like to me. It looked like a giant straw coming in from the right and.
Oh, this was on the Hunter Biden laptop.
Picture. That's a Shutterstock stock photo. So if you need to use that for a story, you can.
For ass with paint on it.
Why would you ever? You know what we need? We need a close up of a butt with a giant straw coming in. I can't find anything about giant butt stuff. Giant art, butt stuff, working.
It's okay. We're good.
Working, twerking. Oh. If I put twerking in, we got, holy cannolis, what is that? Why is this on the internet?
Oh, no.
I'm serious. Who drew this and why is it, which just again goes to show you that no matter what you think is weird, the internet says, hold my beer. And then,
do I have to do this?
What is that? Well, you don't have to, but what is that?
I can't tell. It's blocked.
It's
a button. I just see blue. Do I really need to put this up here? I don't know what I'm putting up here.
That. I mean.
Okay.
And that is not seriously
Look, there are some really deranged people in this world doing some really deranged things in art. And
wait a minute, I'll see your giant butt statue art and give you this. What is that?
I know what it is. It's a butt plug.
You'd know. So, do you know what that's from?
No, I didn't know where that is.
It's not from the giant butt art sculpt. This is from 2014. This is in The Guardian. This is the Paul McCarthy butt plug sculpture in Paris.
So they knew what they were doing. It wasn't just random.
Paris no short towering column view. Sculpture sections green. No, it's supposed to be it's an abstract Christmas tree.
Okay, stop it. No, it's not.
Paris.
Maybe we're just sick. Maybe we're just
sexuals as literal green abstracted Christmas tree. The Los Angeles provocateur, whose aggressive sculptures, installation, and videos have in the past depicted Snow White in sexually compromised positions.
Okay.
Well, okay, in light of the horrible Snow White video, which is worse. Figures wearing George Bush masks copulating with pigs had installed the inflatable sculpture in the middle of Paris' elegant Place de Vendôme. Huh. At first, I thought it said Paul McCartney's butt plug sculpture, which was like, when does he get?
So I want to play a video for you. It's a 22-second long video that I think is, right. I mean, this is art right here.
I'll get a tattoo of a butt. I'll get a tattoo of a butt on my butt. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Well, I'll get a tattoo of a butt that has a butt-shaped tattoo on it, and I'll get it right on my butt. That would be cool.
That's art.
That would be cool.
That's art.
That is art.
I can't argue. I cannot. What shenanigans? I don't have shenanigans. Jonathan says Brad shenanigans plus Keith drinking is hilarious. But I don't.
Huh?
I had my shenanigans removed years ago.
Huh?
I don't think there's not even a scar. That's how good the surgeon was. When you have your shenanigans removed and there's no scar left over.
Hey, why can't I ever do something cool like this guy right here? Oh, it's because I don't have time. But no, I still think this is kind of cool. Play the video, Keith. Play the video. Oh, there's no audio? Oh, that's too bad. Ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 ding.
So he moved the cup. That's kind of cheating.
Oh, he missed it. Is he ever going to get it in?
Yep.
Oh, see, I want to be happy for him, but I'm also,
but you know how many times it took him? That they have a whole YouTube channel that they do that.
Wow.
And they sit there. They do these impossible things like throwing a pencil and getting it into a straw. I mean, it's pretty impressive, but it takes them forever to do.
That is a good idea to show the behind the scenes. Like it's not just a one and done. Like, look at me, how awesome I am. That's actually really cool doing it that way.
One and done is an interesting way to put that. Keith, did the insulation come off on your hands?
Yeah, for the most. Well, let's do it.
What insulation?
I tried to do some spray foam. I took a cat into the closet. I'm like, you're getting spayed today.
I neutered a sheep once.
Oh,
well, you don't neuter it, you castrate it. Have you ever seen what a sheep does when you castrate it?
I can't.
It was okay. It was an FAA project.
FFA?
No, FAA. We did it for aviation. Shoot. I was in the FFA when I was in high school.
Yeah, because you grew up in the, where you're in a farm?
What's that have to do with it? I wasn't in a farm community. Well, technically, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I mean.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
This is the video I need to play for right now. This is a goat. Yeah, basically. This is a couple of goats that have decided that their lives suck and are so miserable they would rather run into a fight.
وكصغير صغير تولع حرك رب الغرفة وقلت صوت لا
Okay, I have a question.
What in the hell would
I have a question? Okay, you make the call. Are the goats that dumb? Or are they being that abused?
I was going to say, what is happening to them in the room that makes them want to jump into the fire and become goat barbecue?
I think we know.
Have you ever eaten a goat?
I think we know what's been happening to the goats.
I don't think that would fit. I mean, well, you could fit the goat into the plug, but I don't think it.
Don't.
Well, you know what? If you put it in, then blew it up, it would work.
Oh my God!
Since it's inflatable. What? That's what men do. We come up with problems, solutions to problems.
How about a happy animal video? I mean, this right here. I want a cat that does this. Plays balloon. Look at that. Doesn't claw the balloon. See, because right, like the equivalent, I think, is like a hunting dog that goes and gets the bird without sinking its teeth into it. You know what I'm saying? And this cat's like, hey, I don't use my. Oh, it's probably declawed. Never mind. Probably trying to pop it, and it's just like, thanks for taking away my fingernails, bitch. Here, I guess we'll play balloon toss with you.
Wow, look at the time.
Oh, one more. One more for you here. Have you ever had a week like this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Never, ever, ever give up, Brad. Okay? Of it, that fish, aren't you?
I can't hear you. Where'd you go? It's like that reminds me of the snake eating the frog.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, really? Oh, I went away, huh? How cool was that? I mean,
that was.
Yeah, I think what we do there, I think that's where there is no question of if it's gay or retarded. That bird was clearly retarded.
But a good juggler. Everybody has to have a talent.
Everybody has to have a talent.
Casper's Doc Kitty. Doc Kitty is.
I say everyone. See, look at the screen. Everyone has to have a talent.
To be fair, that is not easy to sculpt something that big and shaped that way. Would you look at the time? It's later than it was last time. I said, let's look at the time.
Oh, okay. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Oh, my gosh. I just realized this particular edition of the Friday live stream was on Good Friday and the direct opposite of yesterday's deep dive on the resurrection of Christ. Have a happy Easter. Good
scheduling. Jesus wants to talk to you. He's in the next room.
Welcome to the weekend. Bye, everybody. See ya.